Okay, so now you've heard the logical design for the database, and now here is the physical design, the Microsoft Access database for Righteous Acquisition. As you can tell, we have our main menu that pops right up, and we have on our left side our forms, and on our right side our reports. Both these forms and reports were made using various tables that were included in the ERD diagram.
We'd also like to talk about our forms. Our forms are set up with direct contact to our tables, of course. But so, for instance, if you wouldn't mind hitting on New Client Form. New Client Form has many functions. You can search clients, go to your next client. You can search client by client ID. You'll also notice in this database that we used IDs in many cases for such things as clients, employees, documents, just to make things much more simple. You can also function and go to next client, previous client. You can add a client. So Ty, if you wouldn't mind maybe adding us a client.
St. Thomas 34 Fee City, Nashville, Tennessee 37212. And you can notice that with our zip code right there, it has the input mask to give you the correct digits.
And then this is another thing, the acquisition date is a pretty major part in our forms, using that. That's what everything is based off of, and that's how most of things are tracked with your client status for potential past and present acquisitions.
What's the date today?
Today's date is the 9th, 12/9. So we're going to add the client. The client is added. Now we're going to get a previous client, and client is there. Perfect. So now we're going to return to main menu, and you could do the same thing with the rest of the tables that we just did with client. But Ty, if you wouldn't mind clicking on a few of the other tables, maybe one of the lookup tables like employee title form. So employee title form has the same functions. You can search all of the client forms that we have. Senior management, CFO, CEO, all that sort of stuff. You can add titles, save titles, the same function as you have with the rest of the database. So we can say boss, we're going to add a title. Perfect, title's there. All right, now return to main menu. So now Ty's going to talk a little bit about reports and about some of the queries that we have.
Okay, so we have listed 7 reports, and each report was based on 7 queries that we did for the database. When determining what kind of things to query, we decided to look at things that Capella Healthcare would maybe want to look at with the data that they have and be able to utilize that information for decisions. So here we'll look at the first report. This one says 2014 document report. And if you click it, you have to enter a quarter. Let's enter the 3rd quarter of the 2014 year. And this gives you the report of documents under control in 2014 from a given quarter, that given quarter being the 3rd quarter that we just typed in. As you see, we have the employee ID, the first name, last name, title, document ID, the file, the start date, and the notes for that. We can print the report if we'd like, or we can close it if we'd like. I'll close it. The next one would be an analyst document control report. This one, you would do that. Let's type in EQ for statement of equity to our parameter, and now we have the acquisition analysts that are controlling the statements of equity. We got their names, these employee names, their titles, their ID, their document ID in which they are controlling, the type which would be statement of equity, and then the date submitted. We can print or we can close. Lastly, I wanted to show you in a instance where if you had clients in Ohio and Texas and that maybe they would give you a tax benefit, well, it would be nice to have a report of all the clients from Ohio and Texas that could benefit from this tax benefit. So let's open this one. And right now we have one potential and one present, and they're both from Texas.
So we can also take these forms and use them, or sorry, take these reports and use them for decision making and use them so that Capella can make quicker decisions on their acquisitions and things of that nature. One other thing that I want to mention about the queries is the last report being Tennessee's past client reports. It functions very similar to Ohio and Texas's tax benefits, just in the fact that it is a quick and easy way for Capella to look at Tennessees that are potential in the database in Tennessee, because there's definitely a lot of benefits to owning hospitals in the state that you're incorporated. But we just want to say thank you, and now Ty, if you wouldn't mind closing out the database.
Absolutely.
Thanks, appreciate it.